In today's video, we are back on Achill Island in the far west of Ireland in County Mayo, and we are in search of a famous megalithic tomb which is located next to Slievemore Mountain. Achill Island is full of archaeological sites, so if you have an interest in history and archaeology, you will be spoiled for choice of places to visit around Achill Island. In today's video, we are in search of a megalithic tomb up the side of Slievemore Mountain. This megalithic tomb is not so easy to find unless you do your research in advance. And it wasn't particularly clear, at least to us, where these tombs were. We understood from the map that they were somewhere off this direction, and we ended up walking probably as far as this point here before turning back. It was only then later on that we figured out that actually the megalithic tomb was located all the way up here and up this side trail. So let's get straight into the video and take a look at how we found the megalithic tomb. We're on Achill Island in County Mayo in the west of Ireland on a very grey, windy, rainy day in search of Neolithic tombs. There's apparently two Neolithic tombs.
So there are two Neolithic tombs on the island. We do find them. One is supposed to be a photo tomb, which is when you have two standing stones and one on top. And the other one's supposed to be a court tomb, which I think is more like a mound kind of tomb.
And these Neolithic burial tombs date back to something like 6,000 years ago, when people were living on this island. Probably beyond that. And then of course you had the Ice Age 10 to 12,000 years ago, and before that, who knows. This civilization dates back a long time in these parts, so hopefully we'll find these Neolithic tombs before the weather closes in. So the only trail that goes up is that we can see leading perhaps to these Neolithic tombs is this trail here. Winds up a little. This area over here featured in our other video, and it actually is a quarry. I don't know if it's still functioning. It looks a bit abandoned, but yeah, it's a quarry. I'm pretty sure they were mining quartz by the looks of it. And we will have a quick look. And often these Neolithic tombs were built on top of hills or with views over the ocean when they were located near the sea, so it is possible that it is on top of the hill. So if you know anything about the history of this quarry, let us know. Does it have any connection with the village of Slievemore, or is the quarry more recent? Probably it's more recent by the looks of the machinery. It's all rusting away. Some kind of building over here. It's abandoned. There's a couple of bones on the ground. I don't know what kind of animal bones they are.
An old shoe.
An old shoe. And some wooden pallets. Yeah. The roof looks like it's ready to blow off. It's not a day to have a good hair day. I don't think many days in the west of Ireland are good hair days. What do you think?
Irish Weather, official sponsors of Bad Hair Day, 365 days a year. When you don't know when something is, you have to ask someone, so let's go ask the sheep. Hello, Mr. Sheep. Mr. Sheep.
Tell us where the Neolithic tombs are.
Where is it?
We can't find them. Where are they? So this here on top of the hill, this structure that you can just about see, is the Napoleonic Tower that I mentioned earlier.
Couldn't see it earlier. It was shrouded in clouds.
Hopefully we'll still find these Neolithic tombs. Fingers crossed, if I can cross my fingers because they're almost numb. We'll find at least one of these tombs. So I see there's a sign here that says that the stones ahead of you are what remains of a court tomb. It was built by prehistoric settlers to remember their dead the entrance would have originally included an enclosure for gatherings and rituals. So let's have a look through this gate. I'm gonna open it. There we go. And okay, so oh yeah, this is definitely it. This is the court tomb. Look at that megalithic tomb. Surrounded by these stones. So this is where people would have gathered and would have celebrated their ancestors and their dead. And look at the view that they would have been witnessing as they carried out whatever rituals that they had at the time to commemorate their loved ones. Let me just zoom in a little bit. It's just really hard to believe that this is so ancient. Just walk around this side. And out of respect, I'm not going to go into the actual circle of where they would have buried their dead and commemorated their dead. I'll just point the camera leaning over a little bit in here so you can see a little bit better there from this angle the court tomb itself. It's really hard to comprehend just how old this tomb is. And they would have moved these rocks from who knows where. It certainly would have been incredibly heavy to carry, like that huge slab that's on top of the court tomb, to carry that up the mountain and to somehow hoist it up and to put it on top of, as a kind of capping stone on top of the tomb. It's quite something. Let us know in the comments if you have any knowledge of this particular megalithic tomb or any further information regarding this type of court tomb and the type of rituals that would have been carried out. I say might have because we don't know, I guess, exactly what rituals were carried out. Incredible to imagine what it would have been like back when this tomb was being used for rituals and to remember people's loved ones and ancestors, to remember the dead. Think of people standing here thousands of years ago. It really is a extremely spiritual sight. Sort of leaves you a little lost for words, especially out of respect for what this site represents. People's lives thousands of years ago. What an important role such a monument would have played in those people's lives on Achill Island all that time ago. So I'm going to make my way back down the mountain now. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure in search of this megalithic tomb. We didn't find the second tomb, but at least we found one of them. We'll come back another day to find the other tomb. But for the moment, on this windy, rainy Achill Island, day, I will say au revoir, and hope you enjoyed the video. Beware that there is no parking. So if I put Google Street View here, you will see that there is a sign saying Megalithic Tomb, and there is a gate here, and you just walk straight up the mountain basically, and you'll find it a little bit up here. So if you wish to go to this Megalithic Tomb, I would recommend parking in Slieve Moor car park or walking from the village of Achill.